ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣಪತಿ ಶಾರದಾ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ರಾಮಾಯ ರಾಮಭದ್ರಾಯ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಾಯ ವೇದಸೆ ರಘುನಾಥಾಯ ನಾಥಾಯ ಸೀತಾಯ ಪತಯೇ ನಮಃ. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 32 of Uttara Kanda, in which we will see the fight between the gods and the Rakshasas, which result in the death of Sumali. Having crossed Mount Kailasa with his infantry and cavalry, the extremely powerful Dashanana reached Indraloka, and like an ocean that overflows, the tumult of the Rakshasa army approaching on all sides reverberated in Devaloka. Hearing of Ravana's advent, Indra trembled on his throne and addressed the assembled gods, Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Sadhyas, and hosts of Maruts, saying, "Prepare to fight against the wicked minded Ravana." At Chakra's command, the gods, his equals in war, endowed with great valor, boldly armed themselves for combat. Mahendra, however, who feared Ravana extremely, fondly perturbed, sought out Vishnu and spoke to him thus: "O Vishnu, how shall I withstand the Rakshasa Ravana, whose strength is formidable and who, alas, is advancing to attack me? He vows his power to the boons he has received from Brahma and to not nothing else, and the words uttered by that lotus born god must be carried into effect. Do yourself grant me such assistance again, which you did accord me when I destroyed Namuchi, Vritra, Bali, Naraka, and Shambhara. O Lord, O God of gods, slayer of Madhu, there is no refuge save yourself in the three worlds with all the animate and inanimate beings. You are the best Narayana, eternal lotus born one. You are the sustainer of the worlds and of myself, Shakra, the king of the gods. You have created the three worlds with all the moving and unmoving objects, and at the end of the world cycle, all is withdrawn into you. O Bhagavat, therefore, O God of gods, tell me truly if you will arm yourself with sword and discus in order to enter into combat with Ravana. Thus spoke Chakra, the king of the gods. That sovereign Lord Narayana answered him, saying, "Fear not, hear me. On account of the boon he has received, which renders him invincible, this wicked wretch may not be overcome by the gods and asuras combined. Intoxicated with his power, that Rakshasa, accompanied by his son, will certainly achieve a great feat. As for your request that I should enter into combat with him, I shall certainly not meet the Rakshasa Ravana in fight, for Vishnu never leaves the battlefield without laying his adversary low. It is not possible to accomplish this today, since Ravana is protected by the boon. But I swear to you, O King of the gods, Shatakratu, that I myself will become the cause of that Titan's death. Gods shall rejoice when I make known to them that the hour has struck. I speak the truth, O mighty Lord of the gods, consort of Shachi. Therefore, fight with the assistance of the gods and banish all fear. Then the Rudras with the Adityas, Vasus, Maruts, and the two Ashwins assembling advanced to meet the Rakshasa. At that instant, the end of the night having come, a great tremor arose from the Ravana's army as they took the field on all sides, and those valiant warriors wrought up with excitement on seeing each other. eagerly rushed on the enemy. Thereafter, confusion was sown among the ranks of the Devatas by the presence of that indomitable and vast army in the forefront of battle, and a terrible struggle ensued between the gods, Danavas, and Rakshasas amid a fearful tumult and under a hail of missiles of every kind. Then those valiant Rakshasas of grim aspect grouped themselves round Ravana in the fight, and Maricha, Ahasta, Mahaparshva, Mahodara, Kampana, Nikumba, Shuka, Sarana, Dhumaketu, Mahadamshtra, Vitodara, Jambumali, Maharada, Maharada, Virupaksha, Satyagna, Yagnakopa, Durmukha, Dushana, Tara, Rishiras, Kairavirakta, Paraviraksha, Surya Shatru, Mahakaya, and Atikaya, Devantaka, Narantaka, and the highly powerful Sumali, Ravana's maternal grandfather, all those warriors encircling their valiant leader entered the battlefield, and with whetted shafts enraged, he began to assail that celestial host as a tempest scatters the clouds, and the forces of the gods were overthrown by the rangers of the night. O Rama, and scattered in all directions like unto a herd of deer before lions. Meantime, courageous Savitra, the eighth Vasu, entered the battlefield surrounded by soldiers full of martial ardor, furnished with every kind of weapon, and he began to sow terror in the enemy ranks when he appeared in the mid of the fight. Thereafter, the two Adityas, full of valor and intrepidity, Ashtra and Pusha, at the head of a division, entered the lists of their turn. Whereupon a fearful struggle ensued between the Rakshasas and the gods, who never retreated in battle and were jealous of their good name. And the celestials there present fell in hundreds of thousands under the blows of Rakshasas, who were formidable and armed with weapons of every kind. On their side, gods, redoubtable in their vigor and extreme valor, with the help of faultless arrows, dispatched their enemy to the region of Yama. Thereupon, O Rama, the Rakshasa Sumali, fully armed, hurled himself on the enemy in fury and scattered the entire celestial host with his innumerable and penetrating missiles as a violent hurricane clouds, and with formidable blows from spears and javelins decimated them so that the gods were unable to stand. The immortals, having thus been put to flight by Sumali, the eighth Vasu, Savithru, enraged, stood fast, and surrounded by his forces, full of energy and courage, stayed the onrush of that ranger of the night, whereupon a fearful duel causing the hair to stand on end ensued between Sumali and the Vasu, both warriors who did not know what it was to retreat in battle. Under the powerful missiles of his adversary, the chariot of the Rakshasa, that was harnessed to serpents, suddenly fell to pieces, and having shattered his chariot in the fight with his countless darts, Vasu seized hold of his mace with the intention of slaying him. Brandishing that weapon with its flaming point, resembling the rod of death, Savitra brought it down on Sumali's head, and the mace fell upon him with a flash of a meteor, so that it appeared like a great thunderbolt hurled by Indra on a mountain. Thereafter, nothing of the Rakshasas could be seen. neither bone, nor head, nor flesh, for that mace, by overthrowing him on the battlefield, had reduced him to dust. Then the Rakshasas, beholding that Sumali had fallen in the battle in the fight, questioning each other, all fled, routed by that Vasu who had overcome them. Thus come to the end, chapter 32 of Uttara Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Swamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Bye.